Oh man, this is going to be one of those good videos. I think I'm going nuts because I'm going to share with you 2 secret strategies so you can make 4 times, 5 times the amount of money that you're doing with your Kindle publishing business in 2019. So let's get started. Welcome to another video, and this is going to be one of those good videos where I'm going to share with you 2 different secrets so you can greatly improve your Kindle publishing business in 2019. If you still haven't liked this video, you should go right below, click on that like button. It doesn't cost you anything, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can receive my weekly video updates where I share with you plenty of tips related to Kindle publishing and several ways for you to make money online. So let's get started with this video. Okay, the first secret that I want to share with you, this is a major, huge, big secret, is simply improving the overall quality of your Kindle publishing books or Kindle books. Okay, this is one of the things that has drastically changed over my journey in publishing books inside of Amazon. The quality of my books have overall simply increased drastically. I'm talking not just about the content inside of my books, but also everything from the title of my books. I try to make titles that are more catchy. From the description of my books, also the content of my books has greatly improved, and also the length of my books, the number of words my books have, has also drastically increased. And also I include images inside of my books. I try to do my best to make books that are high quality, books that people simply want to get and they just want to read them, basically. So that is something that has drastically changed over this journey of me publishing books. Initially, I just didn't pay much attention to all of this. And I'm going to talk about each one of these aspects, what has changed. Let's first talk about the content inside of my books. When it comes to content, when I talk about high quality, because this is one of the first things that you really need to see before you even craft a title for your book, is content. This is one of the first things that you need to analyze. What people, you need to go to a keyword. Once you see that a keyword is profitable and you want to publish a book over there, you need to understand what your customers want, what they are looking for. This is what you want to do. For this, what I normally do is I go to each book, I start reading the reviews that people leave, such as the negative reviews, the positive reviews. Normally I do this with books that belong to authors because those books normally have a lot of reviews. And I basically see what people want, what people felt that this book was missing. I write all of that down, and then I use that as a guideline for my newest book. Because when it comes to high quality content, it's not exactly about having content that is exactly written by a Nobel Prize author or anything like that. Of course, you don't want to have grammatical errors inside of your book. You want to avoid misspelling and so on. But providing high quality content is simply providing exactly the content that your customers want. That is one of the most crucial things. What happened to me initially is I didn't pay attention to this, and I used to publish books that were just way too general content. For example, let's say paleo for beginners. Okay, I used to publish a book about paleo for beginners or yoga for beginners, and it was just way too general content. Now I see what people want, and I create a book that is more focused on exactly what people are looking for, and I try to provide that to my customers. And also then I try to craft a title that is enticing, that tries to explain the benefits of my book and also the differences of my book, so people can see that title and immediately get an idea of what exactly they will get. So those are 2 things that are extremely important. You want to have content that simply delivers what your customers want. You want to craft a title that is enticing. Of course, you want to include more keywords inside of your title, but also at the same time, you don't want to stuff your title with just keywords, because that doesn't work nowadays. The other thing is the description of your book. That is something that I also pay more attention nowadays, and back in the days I simply didn't care about it. When it comes to description, I always try to have a description that is basically a sales pitch of my book. I don't go so much explaining or basically providing a review of my book. I explain more the benefits that people will get once they purchase my book. This is something that I go more in detail. That is another thing that I do, is just providing basically a sales pitch of my book. I want a description that will help me sell my books more. So these are all of the little things that are working together to better sell my book. And once people get my book, they are getting exactly the content that they want. I also like to include a few images inside of my books, at least 10 images inside of my book, to make my book more enticing to read. Because when it comes, for example, to nonfiction, I mean, many people get nonfiction book. It's not exactly because some people aren't exactly just really passionate about that content. It's more because they need to read that content so they can learn something. And when you include a few images in your book, it makes the book just more interesting, more easy to read, instead of someone looking to your book and just seeing a huge block of text. And also the length of my books has increased. I used to publish books back in the days with 10,000 words. Nowadays I publish books at least with the minimal of 15,000 words, and sometimes or often even more than that. But that is basically the minimal length that I include inside of my books, because people associate a lot of the length of your book to quality. Because if they see, for example, a book with just 40 pages, 50 pages, depending of course in the niche, in some niches and some keywords you can actually get away with that, but in most niches you simply can't. And if someone sees a book with just 50 pages, they immediately associate that with a poor quality book, and they will be more willing not to get your book, and that is certainly something that you want to avoid. So it's really about improving the overall quality of your book. This is the aspects that you should pay more attention. This is something that it takes just, I mean, nowadays I just take far more time with each book individually. I just take more time just crafting a good title, just seeing what people want, and all of those aspects than back in the days, back a few months ago or back a year ago when I actually started publishing. And of course I spend more time doing all of this, but at the same time I just sell my books for better. And what I've noticed is my books just keep selling well for a longer period of time. What happened before is my book used to sell like during a whole month. Then after a month it stopped, or it slowly stopped selling better and so on, and it got worse. But nowadays I noticed that my books keep selling pretty well over the process of several months. So this is I would say this is the first major secret, because this is a huge secret, is just improving the overall quality of your content, everything of your book. This is something that is going to simply help you a lot in selling your book far better inside of Amazon. The other thing is using AMS. I simply can't. Nowadays I just simply can't see my books. If I publish a book, I know I need to use AMS. There's no freaking reason to not use AMS. I'm talking about using Amazon Advertisement Service. There is just no reason for you to not use it. The way that I see AMS is you can basically use AMS for example, to make the same money that I'm doing nowadays with AMS, I probably would need to publish 25 books to do the same amount of money that I'm doing nowadays just with 10 books because I'm using AMS. That is the difference when you are using AMS. It just increases the exposure of your books drastically. When before you basically relied on 1, 2, 3 keywords to rank your books well and sell inside of Amazon. Now using this service, which has been around for quite some time, but I actually didn't use it before, and I started using it recently, is that you can just target a huge amount of keywords. I usually target for each campaign 1,000 keywords, and that increases the exposure of my books just so much that it's unbelievable compared to when I was just publishing my books and trying to sell them with the organic results that I got from my book. So over here you can see some of my campaigns, and I'm not saying that all of these campaigns are great, but you can see, for example, this campaign over here has got about 222,000 impressions, which is just ridiculous. And I spent $125 and made $655. This is just an example, and I must tell you that I don't consider myself an expert when it comes to AMS. I still have a lot to learn when it comes to this and tweaking my campaigns, and I'm thinking about getting a course for this because I just want to learn more about this, because I see that there's a lot of potential when it comes to using AMS to better sell your books. And what I'm saying is, with less books, you can do the same amount of money that you would do otherwise with if you just ranked your books organically and sold them that way. So learn how to use AMS. That is extremely important if you want to increase the earnings that you are doing for each book inside of Amazon. It is something that I consider nowadays vital. So yeah, that is basically the 2 secrets that I wanted to share with you. I know that this is stuff, if you apply, you will see a drastic increase in the sales that you do with your books. So it's improving the overall quality of your books, paying really a lot more attention to that, spend more time with each book that you publish inside of Amazon, trying to provide the content that people are looking for, crafting better titles, a better description, all of that. Also, the cover for your book is quite important, which I didn't actually talk about, but having a really great cover also helps you a lot. And using AMS helps you a lot. Those are both things that I've basically introduced to my business and has drastically improved my business when it comes to my Kindle publishing business. Okay, if you want to get a really amazing course for nonfiction, I recommend for you to get Self-Publishing Blueprint. This is one of the best courses out there in the market. It will teach you exactly the step-by-step process in you publishing your first book inside, or your first books inside of Kindle, and making your first $1,000 online. You have a link right below in the description from this video. Just click on it. And also, if you get this course from me, I will send you a bonus to your email address. You just need to send an email to jordan@jordanalexo.com. You have all of the information right below. Just send me an email saying, look, Jordan, I really like your videos. You're amazing. I got this course from you. I will send you a bonus to your email address. In this bonus, this includes, you will find, for example, templates for the description of your book so you can better sell them inside of Amazon. Templates for the author page of your books. Everything that you need so you can better sell your books inside of Amazon. Okay, that is all for this video. If you still haven't like this video. If you still haven't subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can receive weekly video updates about Kindle publishing and several ways for you to make money online. That is all for this video. Stay tuned with Jordan Alexo, and bye.